And we're back. For once, can we just have a simple job? Just about everything we do leaves us with more and more questions. First is the weird letter for the bandit camp. Then there's this enchanted pool in the cave. Not to mention the hidden animal cages. Why did they have a teleporting bear? Some weird cats and some flying fox things. This line of work is too cutthroat for me.
Let's begin. Where we last left off, our brave adventurers rescued Alis Mornhell from the bandits' attack before setting out on their own search and rescue mission and getting into their own troubles along the way. They were eventually able to make it back home with some discordance, but all alive and relatively physically uninjured. Before spending the night, waking up late in the day, and wrapping up anything you needed to do in the small outpost village of North Bray. You spoke with Lilith, the definitely not a necromancer healer. You spoke with Yorvan, the cobbler. You spoke with Alis and Father Jezrey before Alis and Father Jezrey headed out. And then you set out on the road towards, for now, Mulhessen College. As you step out onto this road, the dusty road extends ahead of you, curving into the forest, and you make your way through the trees. It's going to be about a 3-day walk, but you're starting about midday, 1ish in the afternoon, and the sun is high above you, the trees offering a level of shade and protection. Elliot trots happily alongside Felix's feet. As Felix, you make his collar for him. The rest of you, is there anything you would like to say as you walk, spending this day just making your way?
I'm going to try and find a moment where Felix is very distracted and go speak to Reese and Treos.
Yeah, you can find the moment specifically when Felix kneels down to try the collar on Elliot, and you see it doesn't quite fit, so he has to take it out and readjust it, and he's kneeling on one knee in front of Elliot, adjusting it, while Elliot just sort of sits there with big eyes staring up at him. You can sort of gesture Treos and Reese aside.
I'm going to look at them and be like, so what's the plan with telling Felix the plan? I'm cool if we want to procrastinate it a little bit more, but he's gonna be upset about it, and I don't know.
I mean, I know it's kind of just tossing me in the fire on this one. I mean, how about we just figure out the whole situation with his family and why he left in the first place, and we kind of play it by ear from there.
Yeah, but how do we explain to him that we're going
in
Yeah.
situations where monsters and people and creatures can harm him?
Yes, but I feel much better having him with us and maybe experiencing those things a little too soon than to send him to a place where he's just going to be neglected and ignored. I don't like what that does to a mind, especially a mind like his.
We're not saying leave him with the parents is the worst option, but he left there for a reason. We don't know why, and it's either we trust complete random people to take him somewhere else and watch over him. I mean, the mayor might have done a good job for all we know. He could have been a great cobbler in another life, but we know who we are for the most part, and we can keep him safe to our best intentions. Just there's too much unknown here.
I agree. So
It's
think
2 to
about
1.
it. Come back and talk about it when we're closer.
Yeah.
At this point, Felix stands up, and you see a shiny new collar on Elliot. And he just sort of wipes his hands off. And Elliot shakes a little, like curious what this thing is, turns a few circles trying to reach it, but then eventually just settles down. And you keep walking. And
As we're walking, I'm going to look at Felix and be like, so Felix, tell me everything you know about chaos magic.
Okay.
This is meant to be a cutout, by the way.
Yeah. And he'll start. It's slow, but at some point he goes, and like the stuff that like it's got like you know how when I do this, it kind of goes around, but you can't see it, but I can. So, you know how like you were talking about and then he kind of freezes up as he's gonna look over towards Reese for a moment. And then he's gonna go really quiet and he goes, The the displacer beast.
Yes.
I don't think it was gonna hurt me.
Why not?
Because so I was kinda like looking kinda into the magic of it, and I think it's supposed to protect me from like animal attacks.
Okay.
Like bites and claws.
Then what do you
Well,
think it was?
not permanently, but like I can feel it. It's strong right now.
Okay. So what do you think it was trying to do by jumping at you then?
Oh, I don't know if it knows about it. I mean, I think that you were asking about the chaos magic. I think that's what it does.
It's protecting you?
Yeah, from bites and claws.
I'm gonna take a moment to sit there and be like, can it I can it alter, can it bring back memories?
Not this one.
Okay. So it's different every time?
I think
Because
each of the stones have different powers. And and also when I'm not sure that the storm had to do with the priest man.
okay.
Because when I put the stone into the pillar, it was like trapped inside the ring of the circle. So that has me thinking that someone else has a stone. Maybe like maybe like this one. And I hold up the loose string, and I wonder if that's where the the big smoke storm came from.
Because what that storm showed me, I said it wasn't real. That was partially true because it wasn't actually there, but it was someone I haven't seen in a long time.
I saw a woman.
Do you know who that was?
No, but something felt right. Like I had to go after her. and then he's going to go quiet as he kind of grabs his arm, and you can see that there's a slight scabbing on his forearm from where Reese grabbed him initially during the storm.
All right. Well,
It doesn't matter. I don't know. But I'll figure it out as we travel together.
that sounds great.
I can be really helpful, right?
Oh, you already are.
Okay. I I don't want to mess too many things up, you know?
Felix, one mistake does not define who you are. It doesn't define what you're going to do. Like I said, everybody does that. Everybody makes mistakes. We just go forward. We don't go back.
Right. Forward, not back. Okay.
All right. As you continue your journey into the woods, at some point, your path brings you up and over a hill that breaks the tree line, and then back down the other side of the hill. And eventually, the sun starts to dip beyond the tree line. As it gets darker, you're able to, if you wish to travel through the night, you can. If you wish to stop and find a place to camp, you can. It is up to you. But it is getting, at some point, it'll be a little too dark to necessarily safely travel through the woods. You stop and you
I
make
vote.
camp.
I vote for camp.
I'm seeing nods around. So you can stop and you make a camp. You're able to pitch tents if you have them, or just lay out bedrolls, start a fire, get some food going. As the night falls around you, is anyone taking watch, or are you just going to sleep?
As we eat around the fire, Reese probably notices every once in a while just a flick of the eyes towards him before looking back down quickly. But no speaking.
Reese will take first watch.
All right. As the rest of you go to sleep, Felix, if you go into your bottle or just meditate, you go into your bottle. I would like you, Reese, to roll a perception check for me.
I think that's not great. 8.
8. Yeah, at some point you get distracted with an owl that seems to be perched right around the edge of your clearing and just keeps hooting down, and you glare at it before it flies away, but nothing much happens. It comes to the end of your shift. Who are you waking up?
Whoever
I'd like to
wants
take second watch.
I'll take it.
Cool. You wake up Kai. Kai, you feel someone shaking you awake, and you sit up bleary-eyed and take your watch. Roll perception for me.
The 17.
17. Yeah, it's the usual sounds of the forest at night. Fortunately, unlike the last time you slept out in the woods at night, you don't see any sign of purple smoke or chaos. You hear at some point a crash in the distance, maybe a couple miles off. It was that loud. And you see a couple of birds fly away, but after that, nothing. So eventually...
Just point of order. The first 4 hours, then Felix pops out of his bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And so before your shift starts, or like right when your shift is about to start, you'll probably hear a voice behind you go, "I think I did it."
Did what?
Look. And he's gonna put forward a group of potions.
And what do these do?
ton of different things. Some of them could make you fly. Some of them could make you feel better. Ton of different stuff. Some of them could make you harder to hit, more fast.
Okay.
I've been experimenting with it since I joined up with you guys. I think I finally did it.
Good job.
Anyway, I've got a lot to think about. So I'll see you later, and I'm gonna go to meditate.
All right. Yeah, as you finish up, that means Felix, you probably hear that crash in the distance too. But you finish up your watch, Kai, and do you go to wake up Treos? All right. You go to wake up Treos. Treos, as you are shaken awake and you see Kai slumber off, roll me perception.
That is a 10.
Yeah, it's a pretty ordinary watch. Oh,
Can I help? I'm awake at this point.
yes, you are.
Because
Would
it's
you like
just
to
a
roll your
4-hour.
perception or offer
Okay.
help to?
No, I'll offer help.
Okay.
All right, roll with advantage.
Still 10.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a completely ordinary watch. Every now and then, you and Felix might chat a little bit over the course of the couple hours, but everyone's sort of in their own corner. And you see eventually at the end the sun starts to peek up from on the horizon. And the world starts to lighten. The sounds of the rustling and shuffling underhead gives way to the quiet tweeting of songbirds, waking you all up. The rest of you shift and yawn and eventually rouse yourselves to see Felix and Treos already awake. You can pack up for the day, and as you make your way back onto the road, I will leave the day up to you. I would like someone to roll a D20 for me.
I got it. Am I adding anything to it or just a straight D20?
Just a straight D20. 5. All right. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, as you make your way through the day, is there anything you'd like to do during this travel? Anything you'd like to talk about, to say? I will say it's a pretty quiet day.
While we're walking, I want to read one of the books that I picked up.
Yeah. Which one in particular? And you can just message me if you prefer not to have it out loud.
I'll send it to you. It's gonna be the first one.
I will say, if it's the last one, you're not gonna get much useful information out of that one.
No, it'll be the last one. No, the first one. First one.
First one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just double check which one that is.
You already sent it.
Okay. I will say it seems to be in another language, so it's going to be hard, but you can flip through it and try, and there are some common notes in the margins, but it's mostly in what seems to be an old runic language.
Okay.
But you can get a general idea of certain things from the notes in the margin.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and piece together the little margin notes.
Perfect. All right, the rest of you, as you're walking, you see Treos pull out a book and start to shuffle through it. At some point, you have to sort of pull him away from bumping into a tree with his head in this book, but you're able to make your way down the forest path. At some point, as you curve your way out of the forest, you come upon a large stone bridge that seems to tower over a river. Seems ordinary, but whoever's in the front will notice there seems to be a little figure in the distance across the stone bridge that's running full speed at you all.
I've been like kicking a rock this whole time, like one singular rock. It's been making this journey with us since the campsite, and I am not going to have looked up. I have no idea there's someone coming.
Yeah, you're just kicking this rock. I will say, Reese and Kai, you do see it's a very tiny figure, probably over a mile in distance, but you see it running, and as it gets closer over the course of 10 minutes or so, you see what appears to be ratty clothes on a large Harengun's body with the two large ears. And as it's running, you hear, oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, and it's running. And at some point, who's in front for me? Reese, it is going to just run full speed straight through you all and bumping into you, and it's gonna stop and take you by the shoulders. Oh man, take it, please, just take it. And he's gonna stuff something in your hands and just keep on running. You see, as you hold out your hand, what appears to be a small gold-plated rabbit's foot. The figure at this point disappears around the edge of the forest into the trees.
Everyone else saw that, right? And as I look back, I notice that Felix and Treos are not paying attention to anything that just happened. God. And I'm just gonna like hold out my hand. You saw that. You saw that, right?
Felix, is this magic? I'm gonna point to the foot.
Mm-hmm. Then he's gonna flash his eyes.
The actual gold-plated rabbit's foot itself is not magic. However, you do see a tendril, almost like a thread of magic, drifting into the distance beyond the bridge. Almost endlessly drifting into the distance.
What,
yes, I will tell you what school of magic it is. Give me one moment. It is
Chaos magic. As everything is.
Divination if we're lucky.
it might be
It's necromancy.
Abjuration, it's just a bomb.
Duration?
Divination.
Wait, which one is it?
Divination.
Divination. No, but there's a lot of it going that way.
Is it going that way? And I'm going to point to the direction that the Harengon ran.
No, it stops there.
You will see it connects to the rabbit's foot, and almost like when you see a caterpillar like thread drifting in the wind, it just drifts endlessly down the path of the forest. You're not entirely sure. You can't see the end of this little thread of magic.
It keeps going that way.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the direction we need to be going?
Yes.
Sick. Well, I guess. And Reese will start walking in the direction we were headed, and he's going to wrap this rabbit's foot in some cloth and put it in his pocket for now.
All right. And you can continue on over this long stone bridge and then back into the trees beyond. The rest of you, as you walk, it's probably around noon at this point, but as the day goes on and on, is there anything else? Conversations you would like to have, or would you like to time jump to the night?
Does the magic continue for as long as we go?
Every time you flash your eyes, it is still there.
no like wavering in direction or anything like that. Just follows the path.
At some point, as you turn onto the path, it goes into the trees, and then you'll notice as you turn back, the path facing that direction, it goes beyond. It seems to be almost as the eagle flies, to wherever the end of this thread is. You're not sure if it's where your path is going or if it's somewhere else.
I think the rest of his night or the walk is just kicking rock and looking at magic line.
All right. And Treos, you're able to get a good ways through the book. Again, there's not much common to read, but you're able to piece together a couple different things from what you can tell. You have a general idea of A, what the book is, and B, what a couple of the chapters are leaning towards. And the rest of you, as you walk, Kai and Reese, you see Treos get further in his book. You see Felix kicking the rock. Is there any conversations you would like to have or anything you would like to do?
I'm good.
All right. So at some point you stop and you make a camp. And speed this up. Who's taking first watch? Same order as last night? Cool. Reese, roll me a perception check.
14.
14. At some point, as the sun goes down, before it gets fully dark, almost the post-sunset lightness, you see maybe a mile or two off a couple vultures circling in the distance. But other than that, it's a quiet night, quiet watch. Hi. As Reese jostles you awake, roll me a perception check.
14 as well.
14 as well. Yeah, it's a relatively quiet night. You hear the crackle of the fire. You see if Felix has come out to do his meditation, Felix meditating. And you're able to just sit in contemplation, thinking about everything that's happened over the past couple days. But eventually your shift comes to an end and you wake up Treos. Treos, perception check for me. And if you would like Felix's help, you can roll with advantage.
17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, it's at some point you hear what seems to be some sort of snuffling in the distance. And you actually see Elliot peek open an eye and stare off at the bushes right beyond the clearing, but the snuffling moves on. And then at another point in time, you also, as the sun comes up, you see those same vultures just circling and circling. And you're like, man, they've got to do something at some point. But no, for almost over an hour, they're just circling in the exact same spot. But after that, the sun comes up. The rest of you wake with the morning, and you are on your third day of travel. Now, from your calculations, by the end of this day, you will make it to Mulhessen. So this is your last day to do anything as you travel. But you get on the road, you pack up, you have your breakfast rations if you would like them, and is there anything you'd like to do with your days?
Probably, I don't know, probably closer to like when it would be like noon. If Kai is alone, I'll walk up to him.
Yeah, you can easily, it's a full day of travel. You can easily find a time when Kai is alone and make your way towards him.
Greos said that he didn't know exactly what we're doing in Mulhessen. And a couple days ago, I heard you talking about that. What are we doing specifically there?
I'm going to roll to decide what Kai would do here. to buy me more time. I don't know what this means. Okay.
All right.
Kai is just gonna sit there for a little bit and go. So we're gonna check for some jobs. And then kind of just, I don't know, look around and see what's going on.
Okay. I I know a lot about the place because that's where I grew up.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely ask you for, good places to eat or, fun things to check out.
And then what are we gonna do?
I think we'll decide that in a little bit.
Um, I don't remember if there were like a lot of job boards there or anything like that. I never looked for any.
Yeah, I mean, that
Um,
makes sense.
I got my job because that's where my dad told me I had to go. And that's how I met Bart.
Yeah, well, don't worry, we won't make you go anywhere.
Okay. I just it's been a while since I've been home, you know?
Are you nervous?
There's a brief moment of just like pause before he goes, I I mean, why would I be, right? It's my family.
Yeah,
And they love me.
yeah.
So I and they probably miss me. Um I
I
didn't
bet
really
they
get
do.
to talk to him much when I was in at Bart's, you know?
Yeah, how long has it been since you were home?
Um well, I think I left when I was like 12. So it's been a couple years,
Oh,
I
well,
think.
well, we're here with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just curious because I didn't remember that was part of the plan. So just wanted to make sure I was on board, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Come on, Elliot.
As Elliot perks up and trots alongside you, you can go back to your relative places walking alongside. As the rest of you make your way through the day, Treos, Reese, anything else you'd like to do? I will say, Treos, if you'd like to try and work your way through one of the other books, you absolutely can. Reese, is there anything you'd like to do today? Treos?
I'll stop reading for now and kind of walk along Reese, and in Thieves' Can't just kind of have a casual conversation.
All right. Just talking about anything. The weather, life.
And then I'll just casually drop the topic. How are you gonna break it to him?
I thought, look, I had it all figured out. I'm not much of a thinker.
I'd say majority of our party isn't.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're on speaking terms, Felix and I, so.
There's a bit, there's something in between the two of you, yeah. But he wants things to be okay. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
So, listen, you get the Mulhessen, and What? Try and find his parents? Just go to the college for no reason? That's the only thing we're doing here?
I've got reasons to go to the college. I need to ask around for some people. Need some information.
Reasons? I thought you weren't much of a thinking man. College is the last place I expect you to be at.
I do. There's some people I need to meet up with.
And?
To have some conversations.
Like we're having right now, right?
Yeah.
And you're just gonna leave us in the dark? We left the kid in the dark?
I mean, yeah, that was the plan. It doesn't affect or concern you all.
Listen, if we're gonna be here for any much longer, we're just gonna have to be clear with what's going on. It's gonna be for the sake of all of us. It's gonna help us all out. The kid's gonna be with us. There's almost nothing we can do about that. It's gonna be his choice, but how things have been going, what other options are there?
I mean, there's always other options.
But are there any better than right now?
Look, he doesn't need to be out here. Trust me when I say someone of his age does not need to experience what we do, what we've been doing. He's already seen more than he could probably handle. He's dealt with more than he can probably handle. It's not. This isn't a place for a kid.
No, it's not. But we can do better than that.
How? What? What would we do?
Anything better than just leave him all alone.
Well, he's got his family.
And he hasn't been with them for how long? He hasn't been talking about him the whole time. We haven't heard much about his family from him.
Oh, he talks about his dad. I've heard him talk about his dad.
Like what?
And you see Reese is just not going to respond to that question.
Look, the alternative is send him back to where he was doing his apprenticeship, which was a old, senile, probably should have retired man who did not remember what he ate for breakfast that morning. And I promise you, however his parents are, it's a significant upgrade over being out on the road with us or being back in that shop.
So, we're gonna leave a kid with abandonment issues, trust issues, back at the college with potentially his family, if they even will take him back. We're just gonna leave him with that much mental damage after this.
I'm not
saying
put my
he can
hand.
go. I'm not saying
ahead.
it's worse, but we're just gonna leave that as a gift for goodbye.
I'm gonna put my hand on Treyas's back and kind of turn to him and go,
If you're in this line of work, do you not have some sort of mental trauma, some sort of emotional trauma? Normal people don't do what we do. Okay? We all have mental trauma we have to deal with. And, you know, a few weeks traveling from city to city isn't going to affect this kid like the same as it would if he kept traveling and he got attacked by, I don't know, a displacer beast or something much more dangerous. That scars somebody. Watching people you're close to die scars somebody, especially kids. This isn't a place for him or anyone like him.
I'm not saying I didn't go through any of that. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. But in my case, I had a family to help out. Not my biological, not my mother and father, but ones along the way I met that trusted me and had been there for me when we've gotten in all kinds of trouble with the guards, with royalty. It's nothing new, but there was a system there for me, for them. His family, that one, might not be able to help as much. But here, we can do better. We don't have to leave it in this world. We can make it better. Just kind of do the same gesture on the back that he did and break away from the conversation.
Yeah. As you step away from that conversation and return to your walk and your travel, is there anything else anyone would like to do throughout the day? All right. As you come upon, at some point, crest a hill, and you see the sun has started its descent. It's not quite setting yet, but the sky is turning a nice little dusty pink. These conversations that you've had throughout the past couple days of traveling, sort of echoing in your head, decisions and thoughts and uncertainties about where your path went, where it's going to go. You step over this hill, and the first thing you see is a spire in the distance. And then as you blink and crest the hill, you see actually the long, sprawling city of Mulhessen. Now, what strikes you first is the grand architecture, this city of limestone and tall, flowing structures gleaming under this pinkish, dusty sun. The skyline is punctuated by these towering spires and bridges that crisscross over a network of rivers and canals in this field, prairie landscape that you've now entered. Felix and perhaps others, you would recognize those spires, specifically in this one corner of the city, as Mulhessen College, home, and many other things. The statues you also see line the walkway down to this city, over a long bridge and then beyond into this prairie way. You see tall statues of stately figures as you walk down this path lined by these grand monuments to the education and academic history of Mulhessen. You can stop to read some of the plaques along the way, or you can just keep walking. And at some point, the air starts to buzz with conversation and chatter as you get closer to the city gates. This is a grand city of many, many people. As you step into the city gates, you nod at the row of guards that are watching, and make your way around these tall limestone pillars that mark the entrance into the city. You see bustling people with carts going home from their days. The night is falling, and you have officially made it to your destination of Mulhessen. And with that, we are going to leave today's session.